And developing tonight, authorities bust a prison gang that they say is responsible for the murders of 3 law enforcement officers.
The members may all be behind bars, but their crimes linger out into the community. Good evening, I'm Tom Haynes.
And I'm Sine Simpson. Thanks for joining us. U.S. attorneys announced they've busted the ghost-face gangsters who operate in prisons all across the state. 23 members of the gang have now been indicted. They're accused of a list of crimes, including shooting 5 law enforcement officers. 3 of those officers died.
Polk County Police Detective Kristen Hearn was shot as she responded to a call about a stolen car. And Sergeants Christopher Monica and Curtis Bilyeu died after they were shot when 2 inmates escaped a prison transport bus in Putnam County. Prosecutors say the ghost-face gangsters began in prisons in Cobb County. And that is where we find Fox 5's Angelique Proctor tonight. And Angelique, this is a major bust.
This was a huge deal. In fact, one of the assistant attorney generals from Washington was here to talk about these indictments that they have been working on. Now, we are here in Cobb County because this is where the ghost-face gangsters started back in 2000. Now there are thousands all over Georgia. Federal authorities call them bold, vicious, and downright dangerous. You are looking at the faces of 23 members of the ghost-face gangsters and associates indicted and arrested. The U.S. attorney tells us their illegal operation centers around violent crimes, drug trafficking, and even worse, shooting and killing law enforcement.
Public should understand that even though they primarily have been operating inside of a prison, their violent and murderous criminal enterprise also operate in our neighborhoods. During last 4 years, ghost-face gangster members allegedly shot at a dozen law enforcement officers.
Authorities arrested the 23 beginning at 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. Most were already in the Georgia prison system, but the U.S. attorney says they were still able to sell drugs and hurt people from behind bars. The government confirms inmate Ricky DeBose is part of the Ghostface gang and bragged about it here on his Facebook page. State authorities say DeBose and his partner shot and killed 2 corrections officers during a prison transfer last year in Putnam County. Some are tattooed like DeBose and Seth Spangler, charged with killing a Polk County detective last fall. But prosecutors say others without tattoos live among us in places like suburban Cobb County.
We will continue to attack these criminal enterprises that drive violence and fear throughout our state.
The government says they are working feverishly to decimate this gang and others like them who brazenly target law enforcement officials who are just doing their jobs.
The gang is a highly organized, hierarchical criminal enterprise governed by written gang literature and strictly enforced gang rules. Its members use violence, including murder, kidnapping, assault, and witness intimidation